Christians, Coptic Christians, are being wiped out in Egypt. Their churches are being burned to the ground. Nuns are being marched through the street. Christian shops were marked ahead of time, as well as churches, to be burned and attacked. 47 churches and monasteries have burned to the ground or been robbed or attacked. What do the Christians have to do with this? Nothing. So I was hoping the President of the United States would say something today. I just keep hearing it's his last day of vacation. I was hoping the President of the United States would say something yesterday. Nothing. The day before, nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I guess we're not taking sides in this when Christians are being attacked. I'm sure they'd attack the Jews, but there aren't enough Jews in Egypt to attack. So the Christians are under attack. And nothing. Did Harry Reid make a statement today? No. Did Nancy Pelosi make a statement today? No. And, if the Republican leadership made a statement today, maybe they did. I haven't seen it. Maybe they issued some press release. Nothing. It's amazing, isn't it? The Egyptian military, I don't know what everybody else is saying, and I don't care what everybody else is saying, needs to destroy in Egypt the Muslim Brotherhood. So, no, I don't agree with some of my friends in the Senate who say cut off funding now, cut off funding now. I say quadruple it and put the knife into the heart of this group of barbarian terrorist throwbacks. Why wouldn't we? On the Sinai, I didn't realize the Sinai was this bad, but apparently it's been since Morsi won election. Loaded with al-Qaeda operatives. They murdered 25 police officers. Some of them they dragged through the streets. What is this fetish that the Islamo-Nazis have with brutality? What is this fetish? This sickening mentality of disembowelment, dismembering, beheading. Is that in the Quran? I don't think so. Is this desired by God? Is this what God wants? I mean, I can't imagine. And what is this endless raping and fondling and groping of women, strange women who, they're not their wives, in these different areas? Is that a Muslim Brotherhood thing? I'm just curious. Apparently so. But Obama doesn't take sides on that, see? No. No sides. Not a word. Nothing. Played 5 rounds of golf in like 4 days. Very, very busy. He's got the pressure of the world on his shoulders, I'm sure. So the Daily Mail reports, I don't believe this will be on NBC, ABC, or CBS, or CNN, or MSLSD, or any of the rest of the crap that pretends to be media out there. Maybe a quick passing statement, 14 seconds, 15 seconds, or less. So I had to go to the Daily Mail. A mob marched nuns through the battle-torn street of Cairo like prisoners of war in the latest outrage against Egypt's Christian minority. Marching nuns down the street. Sister Manal, principal of a Franciscan church in suburban Cairo. By the way, for you liberals out there, you think you're so tough under our First Amendment. Oh, I handcuffed myself to the White House fence. Now, this is tough. Here. Defending yourself against terrorist mobs. Now, this is really tough. Sister Manal, principal of the Franciscan church in suburban Cairo, watched for 6 hours as a mob looted the building, knocked the cross off the gate, and replaced it with a black banner resembling the flag of al-Qaeda. God forbid if a Christian does a video critical of Islam or a cartoonist makes a few cartoons, right? killing Christians, burning down churches, pulling down the cross, whatever, who cares? Just another day in the Middle East. I'm waiting for the missiles to rain down on the Jews in Israel. The classrooms were then burned to the ground and the woman taken away, attracting a crowd of abusive onlookers. Police told Sister Manal that the nuns had been targeted by hardline Islamists convinced they had given Muslim children an inappropriate education. And Obama's talking about democracy in this country. Psst. Obama wouldn't know democracy if he was elected president of the United States. Oh, he was. Excuse me. Dozens of churches, homes, businesses owned by Christians have been attacked and razed to the ground. And it goes on and on and on. They're taking the chairs and the benches out of the churches and putting them in trucks, anything worth value. They come back and they keep looting them. Anyone gets in the way, they're either murdered or molested. These are Morsi's supporters. I believe Obama was a Morsi supporter. There's another one, Christian Science Monitor. Egyptian village, Christian shops marked ahead of church attack. They're marking it with red marks. A fellow over at National Review Online has written that this reminds him of Kristallnacht. Certainly not as extensive, but it certainly has that flavor, doesn't it? Let's see, is there anything? Anyway, it goes on and on like that. And I think the Egyptian military really needs to put this movement down. And the United States either needs to support the Egyptian military needs to put it down. Either the United States supports it or shuts its mouth. That would be the president. I don't know how, in any respect, we can support the Muslim Brotherhood. And by the way, there's two others that are making asses out of themselves and really instigating the wrong side, and that would be the same-sex senators McCain and Graham. And we have a coup here. We need to cut off. Hey, there was really a coup here, rooting for the Muslim Brotherhood. These two knuckleheads. Do they ever get anything right, these two guys? No. I don't even hear Christian organizations in this country speaking out really about what's going on in the Middle East. It's very, very troubling. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
The Muslim Brotherhood is the sworn enemy. The Muslim Brotherhood is slaughtering Christians as it has slaughtered Jews, as it has slaughtered other Muslims. The Muslim Brotherhood is a terrorist organization. And what does our State Department have to say about the Muslim Brotherhood when the Egyptian army is trying to put it in its place? Well, let's listen. Question and then answer. Cut 8, go.
Somehow the trend which is in Egypt, and according to the official announcements there, whether it's somehow the spokesperson or the advisor of the president and others, it is a matter of 24 or 48 hours. They are talking about dissolving the Muslim Brotherhood or even the political party of it. Do you have any comment about that?
Well, we've certainly seen those reports. As we've consistently said from the beginning, we believe any process moving forward needs to be inclusive and include all parties and all sides. That continues to be our public and private message.
So that means banning the Muslim Brotherhood is not a good idea?
Correct.
So that means banning the Muslim Brotherhood is not a good idea? Correct. So you have this quasi-Nazi organization, the Muslim Brotherhood. And our State Department says that the process needs to be inclusive. This is how crazy this administration is, and this is how crazy our foreign policy has become. We are defending the so-called rights of the Muslim Brotherhood, a terrorist organization that is at war with the West and at war with other religions. And we Our State Department, our president, is seeking to defend their quote-unquote right to participate in a democratic process. And they're trying to get the Egyptian military to stand down. And they say not a damn thing about the Christians being wiped out in Egypt, about the churches being burned to the ground. You know what the Egyptian military said? They said they're going to build those churches back. Absolutely incredible to me. And you know what? You know who's rooting for the Egyptian army? Not this administration. This administration takes the wrong side of every one of these fights. The Saudis are rooting for the Egyptian army. The Israelis are rooting for the Egyptian army. And I'm rooting for the Egyptian army. And some of my conservative/libertarian friends in the Senate, you're dead wrong. We shouldn't be cutting off funding to the Egyptian army. They're fighting a battle not just for themselves, but for us. And no, folks, I'm not saying do it for democracy. I'm saying do it for America. Whatever the outcome.